Here we are with the Dark Audio 12-inch DKI subwoofers hooked up. Are you ready to hear it? 3, 2, 1. Hello and thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be doing a review on the Dark Audio DKI 12-inch subwoofers. We're going to be doing a short demo looking at the pros, the cons, and some of the features of this subwoofer, plus my setup for them. Let's start off with hearing these babies slap. Oh man, oh snap. What? Oh shit. I was already gonna put a warning on this video that you'd probably get the cops called on you. So originally I paid out $179.99 over 2 years ago for these subwoofers. Now they're really good subwoofers. You can currently find them for about $189.99 with free shipping on their website, or even check out ebay.com. They've got them listed on there too with free shipping. I'll post links down in the description for you to check that out. I ordered one of them off eBay and I ordered one directly from the website. I got one shipped to me originally because I wanted to check out the quality of the subwoofer before purchasing a second one. When I got the first one, I was really impressed with it. It was a massive 40-pound subwoofer, and I loved it so much I decided to pick up a second one because it made the ones that I had look like, I don't know, pancakes. The subwoofers are extremely clean. They have a very precise hit. They have a very deep low end, which is precisely what I was purchasing them for. And I really wanted to have a high excursion for that really good airflow in the car. And I like pushing air through the car because that way I can let my neighbors know when I'm home too. The DKI 12-inch subwoofers, very difficult to break in. They're very rigid subwoofers, and they took me several months to break them in. And now they're finally broken in really well. Like I said, I've owned them for about 2 years, and they're still holding in very strong. I've been absolutely brutal to those subwoofers, showing them off to people, and destroying my hearing while I'm at it. Just kidding, I can still hear pretty well. But the good news is I've tested out many different subwoofers that I can compare to. Maybe not as much as some audio specialists, but I've owned the CVX 12-inch kickers. I've owned the Rockford Fosgate T2. I've owned the R2 Rockford 10 inches. I've also had the Rockford P3 subwoofers, the 12-inch versions. So I've owned a variety of the different subwoofers, and I will say the only one that I can really compare it to is the Rockford Fosgate T2 subwoofer. It's a very clean hitting subwoofer, but it can definitely not take the power handling that these can. So by far, these are the hardest hitting subwoofers that I've ever owned. And if you actually go on their website, they now sell one that goes up to 60 millimeters of X-Max, which is just insane. The frequency that the bass is generating, these subs are designed to hit the lower notes better than the higher notes. They did warm up, but they didn't hit the point where it starts smelling like something's burning in the back of your trunk.
I wanted to throw that junk in your trunk thing out there.
So to sum it up, this is definitely not a set of subwoofers that I would be playing at your local neighborhood at nighttime, because you will get the cops called on you unless that's what you're looking for. Some people like that type of excitement. And hey, I'm all for it if you're all for it. Leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear your cop story. Clearly, I don't have enough power to power these subwoofers. I'm only running about maybe 15 to 2,000 watts max off of them. And these things can handle up to a peak of 4,000 watts. So what you guys saw in the video is probably only 50 to 70% of what they're actually capable of. So the verdict is in. I do want to say that after 2 years of heavy, brutal use on these subwoofers, they've held up extremely well. They have not become damaged. The sound has not become distorted, unlike my voice. And what I will say is I highly recommend these subwoofers. If you're looking for a really high quality, deep, rich bass subwoofer, and you want to get that for your system, maybe for home audio or for car audio, I highly recommend the company. They are a newer company, and I do respect that. I have reached out to them and contacted them. They do email you back. You might have to send them out an email or two, but usually they're pretty good about getting back to you if you have any questions. This is a mind-blowingly good deal for car audio. If you are a car audio enthusiast, I recommend you try one of the subwoofers out. What is $180 to you? So let's dive briefly into the subwoofer specs and take a look at what we're handling. These subwoofers thrust a strong 35mm X-Max with this SPL for 2 ohms coming in at 84.6 dB. Each subwoofer weighs about 40 pounds each, smashing in with the 225 ounce of Y35 Grade Magnets. And spring-loaded terminals for convenience. They are rated at about 1,000 watts RMS and 2,000 watts peak. If you want to see some more specs, I'm going to be listing them in the description down below. There's a lot more details that you can check out. But other than that, we're going to go ahead and dive into my setup on what I use to power these babies and make that audio production a clean, crisp slap every time. For the box, I am running the Atren dual-vented Digital Designs pre-built 30 Hz enclosure. On the Dark Audio website for the DKI-12s, they recommend a 32 to 34 Hertz ported subwoofer box. I ordered mine off eBay for about $120 with free shipping over 20 years ago. Last time I checked the price, it was still very reasonable online. For the amp, I'm running one T1500 Rockford Fosgate amp, maxing out at a 1500 true watts of power. With very low distortion. Clearly one of these is not enough power for both of these dark audio subwoofers, but it gets the job done for me. Currently I'm running the 0 gauge Rockford Fosgate oxygen-free copper cable through the car here. Here we are with the Rockford Fosgate 10 farad capacitor. This thing is really awesome for keeping those lights from dimming. Got the Odyssey Extreme battery. This goes up to 1500 cold cranking amps for 5 seconds and 1050 cranking amps. So I got this battery to hold up for those massive subwoofers. It's really necessary to have a nice, beastly battery. So that's it for my setup and these subwoofers today. I'd love to hear what your setup is. Tell me in the comments section down below. Maybe link your video in the comments section. I'd love to see what you're running in your car. Share your stories, and don't forget to subscribe for future videos. I have some other good audio content on my channel, including the Eonon 10.1 inch touchscreen display, so I recommend you check that out as well. So thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again in the next one. Take care and have a good one.